Okay, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just going to be doing a quick review of the Lowa Ranger GTX 3s. These are the wide version. First of all, a disclaimer, these boots have been sent to me by Lowa. However, saying that, these are my second pair of Lowas. So I have already had a pair of Lowa Rangers. I've had them for about 5 years, which I purchased myself. So yeah, I've had plenty of experience using these boots in a wide range of hunting environments. So yeah, I thought it would just be a good opportunity to give you a run through of the boot and how I think they perform. Okay, what I'm going to say straight out of the box, these Lowas have been amazing. I got these at the start of the year and I have been using them for 3 big trips this year. So what I did, as soon as I got them, I took them up to work and I spent quite a bit of time just breaking them in. However, saying that, I did not have one issue with the boots from day one. And that was the same with my previous pair as well. Straight out of the box with a good pair of socks, I've never had a blister or an issue wearing these Rangers, which is amazing. We all know how important it is to have good quality boots that are not going to affect your feet, and also just being able to throw down the Ks day in and day out. So yeah, like I said, I broke these boots in at work. I then went to the South Island and chased red deer for 8 to 9 days down the South Island. Boots were wet, cold, and I had no dramas with my feet. We threw down some big Ks day in, day out, and like I say, I never had any issues. The kind of country I was using these boots in was big open tops, shingle faces, sliding down shingle screes. They really took a real battering. However, they've held up very well. When I did touch base with Lowa and I was looking at getting a pair of boots sent out, we did look at what options there were out there. However, once we had a good chat with the Lowa experts and kind of discussed what my hunting style is, so for those that don't watch my videos, I do a lot of hunting over here in Australia, predominantly up here in Queensland and New South Wales. However, I also do some trips back to New Zealand. So what I was looking for was just a versatile boot that would cover kind of all bases. So I did look at their Tibet and also their new High Country Evo GTX, which I really love to look at. However, after weighing up what my hunting is, or the hunting I do, we kind of came to the conclusion that the Rangers are probably the better bet for them. They're not as stiff as the Tibet and High Countries and would be a little bit more versatile with some of my Australian hunting here up in Queensland. However, would still have the performance for multiple day backpack hunting through New Zealand, and yeah, they definitely lived up with that. There was really no times down the South Island that I was like, shit, I wish I had the Tibet, or I wish I had the High Country. Like I say, the Rangers did everything I needed, and yeah, we're amazing down there. After that, it was then up to the North Island, where I spent 7 days hunting sika in the North Island of New Zealand. So with the sika deer or the sika country, not a steep, kind of rolling beach forest where I was hunting. And once again, the Rangers did a great job. I managed to stalk and hunt sika deer with these, no worries. They are definitely a stiff boot. However, I still feel like I have enough kind of feel or movement in my feet to really just sneak my way through the beach. So yeah, they lived up perfectly to the sika. And then finally, my last trip I've just done on these was down to Victoria, where I spent 7 days hunting in the Alpine National Park. Down there, we were kind of up in the open tops, we were exposed to snow, rain, all the elements were thrown at us. And yeah, no real dramas. The only issue I did have on that trip is I actually forgot my gaiters. So I did have the issue of snow and water and rain kind of migrating their way into the boot. However, that was my fault. I usually run gaiters with all my boots. However, on that occasion, I forgot them, which I paid for. So these boots this year have done 3 pretty big trips in them, and they've held up very well. I'll do a few close-up photos to see. There is definitely some marking and that in the leather around the toe cap. That's predominantly from the South Island, where I was really tackling that scree and really giving these boots a real workover. But what I've been doing is just giving them a really good clean and using some of the Lowa products on the boot just to really, after every trip, to make sure that I get the most out of them. So yeah, like I was saying, I did get about 5 years of use out of my old ones, and I can't see why I won't get the same kind of longevity in these ones. As long as you look after them, Lowa does have quite a detailed way of maintaining your boots. I'm not going to be the one and say, hey, I follow every aspect of that. I'm a little bit lazy or a little bit, probably don't do exactly what I should, but what I do is make But what I do is I always ensure I give them a really good wash down and then apply some of their products to it, just to really help the boot. Okay, one of the features I do love about the boot is their lacing system. So what it does is uses multiple ball bearings to really work out your tension of the lower part of the boot, and then you're able to really lock it out with these 6 lugs working its way through, and then also get this toe nice and center through here. I love that lace-up system. It holds tight for the whole day. You're not constantly having to re-tie or re-sort it. You lock it in and you're good to go for the day. I suppose one thing, if anyone was going to ask if there was anything I would improve with the lower, would maybe just be a little bit more additional, I think they call it the toe cap or toe, just to help protect the front leather. I do notice that I'm pretty tough and harsh on my boots, and maybe just a little more protection around this toe cap. But saying that, there is honestly nothing else I would change. They run a Vibram sole, plenty of grip. I've had like 30, 35 kg packs, throwing down some big Ks with these, had no problems with traction. They hold up really, really well. No, to be honest, I've got nothing really bad to say about them. They are a super reliable, super tough boot that is bloody comfy, and I suppose, would I recommend them? Yes, 100%. I think if you're looking at investing in a top quality boot, then the lower ranges are definitely a good multi-purpose boot that will cover pretty much all your hunting requirements. They do for me. This is my one go-to boot, and yeah, if you haven't already, go check them out and see what you think. But if you do have any questions, please throw a comment below and I'll get back to you. Always keen for a bit of feedback, and if you do have any ideas or suggestions or thoughts about the boot, throw it down there. And yeah, that's just going to wrap up a really quick kind of summary of the lower ranges. Like I say, if you haven't, go check them out. A great quality boot that will look after you out in the bush. Okay, well that's all from me. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video. Catch you later.